Welcome back to Diggers TV. So right now we're going to be doing a compression check. I have not done a compression check yet on this engine, and I just want to know what each cylinder is at. Get a baseline. So we're going to run through all the cylinders, and doing a compression check is really easy. It's simple. You need this compression tester tool. It's got a little hose. We're going to take out a spark plug, put one of these into the plugs, roll the motor over a few times, and this will pump up and tell us what PSI each cylinder has. So pretty straightforward. Let's do it. All right, step one, we got to pull the plug wires. Easy to do. One of the things I really love about a digger, or a dragster, slingshot, whatever you want to call it, so easy to work on. You know, I've had a lot of street cars, and you're crawling underneath them. You're having to do some car yoga to get to stuff. So easy to just work on a dragster. Love that. Let's go around the other side. Ooh, that's not good. Look what we found. Got a boot that's wore out. And you know what? It's been that way. It's been that way because this black piece is not this blue piece. So that is an interesting new piece. Now it's connected fine. The guy, this is not me. This is the guy I bought this car from. Did it this way, or heck, maybe even the guy before him. But the connector inside is okay. So you can see that this is, it's on there. It's making a connection, and well, he just slipped this boot over there. So I'll have to add that to the parts list. I need to put a new boot on the end of this one because this type of jobby, while it works, is not the way we want to do it. All right, so step two, we got to remove the spark plugs. And I'm going to take them all out because it'll be a lot easier for the engine to spin over and me to just go to the next cylinder for doing the compression check. So just make it a little easier on the starter, turning things over. And I've got my super fancy high dollar spark plug holder made out of an old piece of cardboard, but you want to keep everything in order in the right cylinder. And I'll have to do a video later on spark plug, things like gap and heat ranges and why that's important. But for now, we're just going to pull these plugs out so we can do our compression check. Got 5/8 ratchet, got a little knuckle on here so I can kind of get in around the headers. But again, if you've ever removed a spark plug like from your daily driver, you know how much of a pain in the you know what it can be to get this stuff. So having it all right here, easy to get to on the dragster is so nice. And they're not in there real tight. Just kind of break them loose and you can work them out by hand. And there we go. Number one cylinder is out. You might notice a little line on here that has to do with indexing for where the electrode is on the spark plug. We'll get into that too on a later video, but we'll get them all out. Put them here in order, keep things set. Just go on down the line. All right, so we've got our compression tester tool. Very simple. This just goes right into one of your spark plug holes in the cylinder. And once you got that all snugged in, you can connect up the gauge, and then we'll roll the motor over a few times, let it pump up, see what we get. Okay, so it's on there good. All right, so we got, looks like just shy of 210. Maybe call that 200 pounds. So we're gonna write that down. So you wanna keep track of all this stuff, know what our baseline is. Thanks for watching Diggers TV. We're done with our compression check, and as you can see, we got a range from 200 to 215, and that's pretty good. Things are close. If I had a cylinder that was like 180, 150, I'd be worried that something was happening in the engine that was causing a cylinder to leak off pressure. It could be something like a head gasket issue, cracked valve, something like that. That maybe like a worn or failing ring on the piston that was allowing pressure to leak out of the cylinder, but they're all pretty close, so that's a good sign. That's what you like to see, and it's just something, it took us maybe 10-15 minutes. Of course, it's easy to work on the Dragster, easy to get to everything. If you're doing this on your daily driver, it's a little more time consuming because you gotta do the car yoga thing to reach around stuff and get to where all your plugs are and your plug holes. But you can do that to make sure, and just as a diagnostic, to see everything's still looking good, or if you have something that's starting to fail. So easy, we'll get all the plugs back in. Our compression check, I'd say, looks pretty good. And all we needed was the compression tester tool. You can get these at any auto parts store. They're anywhere from probably 20, 30, maybe $50, depending on which one you get. They all come with kind of different size, or they'll come with adapters, because there are several different sizes of spark plugs and holes that these will fit. So any auto parts store will have them. For me, it was a 5/8 on our spark plug, but there's, I think, a couple different sizes of spark plug. But you basically need one wrench and the compression tester tool, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching Diggers TV. If you have any questions or comments, please post them up on this video. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can. I'm Eric out here on the East Coast. My cousin Matt is in Texas in the Midwest. My dad's out in Nevada out west. Been racing now across 3 generations, so we're trying to share some of what we know, our experience. I'm just getting into my own race program where my dad's going to be, I think he just said last night to us, he's going into his 49th. Next year will be his 49th consecutive year of racing, so he's been doing this a long time. So he's our go-to guy for a lot of things. But compression test, learned to do this when I was pretty small. Just watching Dad do this in the garage showed me how to do it. Pretty simple, and you can too. So give us those questions, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Diggers TV.